Hi Virgo, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. We're starting off with the Fool. So, traditionally in tarot, the Fool speaks about being at the beginning of a journey. It's like the slate has been wiped clean and something is about to begin. I'm hearing the word novice. It kind of is like that notion of doing something that you may not have a whole lot of experience with at this point. However, you have like hope and faith that what it is that you're exploring is going to be filled potentially with what it is that you're looking for. There's definitely a sense of newness, a sense of discovery. A sense of mystery and being okay with that as well. Yeah, it looks to me kind of like rearranging a route. It's like you were going in one direction and you recognize that you wanted to go a different way, and it kind of feels like a sudden turn almost that you're making. And it's very much ruled by you trying to find a sense of fulfillment, trying to fulfill passions, maybe explore passions. So whatever it was that you were doing before, it's like you realized that it wasn't working for you as far as what you wanted to be doing, or like the time was up, so now it's time for a change. For a lot of you, this is related to career, finances, money. A new path in relation to how you're making money, and maybe a role that you want to be playing as well. A new role. Yeah, it seems like you're looking for more satisfaction. Now I'm looking at the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands speaks about harmony, balance. It speaks about entering into our relationships and trying to maintain a state of equilibrium, or even to make the effort to build towards that. There may have been a relationship that you were trying out and now this has come to an end. This could have been something new for you. But it feels kind of like it ended as quickly as it began. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting. Because you want something that's going to match your frequency better. It seems too like you're shifting into a place of having more control than you did before. I'm seeing that this is a sense of management even. Yeah, I'm seeing you intuitively move through a process. It's like you want to have more control in some way, and so there's a sense of learning how to do that. I'm definitely seeing it be part of a process, and it's something intuitively that you're moving through. You may have recognized too that you were in a situation that was unwavering in some type of way, and there's a sense of making room for more fluid movement in regard to a relationship. Like maybe you felt like it was even keeping you in some type of box and it was something you wanted to break out of. And you felt like this was necessary. Because I'm seeing like such a clear sense of like, this is wrong for me, this is right for me, and like based off of that, I'm seeing that something came to an end. And you may have been like, I don't want to be the one that has to do this, but you recognize that it was kind of up to you in that way. Because it's like, if you're following your intuition, you knew there was something that was necessary for you to do. Again, even though it may have been like unpleasant, or you hope that you didn't have to do it, but I'm seeing you follow through with this anyway, because you know that it's right for you. Yeah, and I'm seeing you starting something new. You could have also been involved in something that, like, at one point in time you were attracted to it because of, like, the regard maybe that other people had towards this person or towards this job, something like that, or even a title that you were assuming, a role that you were assuming. And then it's like, all of a sudden, what attracted you ends up kind of repelling you in a way, is what I'm seeing here. And so you feel like in order for you to like be true to yourself and be honest with yourself, you're like, I don't feel fulfilled, and so now I need to take the initiative to do this. And I'm seeing you do that here. And it looks like there's something new that you're investing in, something new that you're beginning. I'm looking at Uranus, Sagittarius, Aries, Libra. You know, too, that there was something that you needed to let go of in order for you to start this new thing. But you feel more in alignment because of making this decision. So it kind of feels like it was necessary. Here you are. It looks like you're reflecting on the heart chakra as well. Maybe understanding what was blocking you before. This feels like a growth type of energy as well. Especially when it comes to what you could have been attracted to before and why that may have changed for you. It's like, why at one point in time did this feel right to me and now this doesn't? And like, where is that change coming from? So it's like really analyzing the heart space, the intention space. It seems too like there's an analysis of you when it comes to your energy. It's like, if I'm holding myself to a certain standard, if I'm thinking well of myself, if I want the best for myself, there are certain things that I'm no longer going to be putting up with. And I'm seeing that you could too be recognizing like why certain situations had led to what they had led to before. It's like you could have been involved with certain people and you feel like they messed around or played games, and you're like, when I'm making empowering decisions for myself, I actually don't even entertain these energies. And this may be something that you're realizing. You're like, I only invite this energy into my life when I'm not feeling good about myself or when I'm feeling desperate. It's like things like that. So in taking a deeper look, it's like, if I want to heal, if I want to make empowered choices, there are things that I'm not going to entertain anymore. Things that I'm not going to be involved in anymore. People that I don't want to be involved with anymore. Situations. Because you may have found too that the people that you were attracting in, or the situations you were attracting in, they may have been like passionate, or you may have had physical connections with people, but when you're looking for something deeper when it comes to a commitment, there's a lack of that here, and there's a sense of trying to figure out why that is. It's like, what part of me is attracting this energy, this type of energy? And maybe you're recognizing too that you weren't ready to be vulnerable before, and now you're getting at least more of an awareness when it comes to you getting in touch with your emotions, because there's a sense of like Maybe because of lacking when it comes to vulnerability. There were certain relationships that you felt like you would put up with or be involved with because they weren't calling on you to be vulnerable. And now there's a sense of looking within and being like, well, if I'm getting in touch with my depth of emotions, it's going to lead me intuitively more towards what is right for me, what's in alignment. And there's a sense of feeling empowered because of that. So it's like at one point in time, you could have seen your emotions as a weakness, and now in letting that in, you see that as something that gives you power. So there's like a whole shift when it comes to how you're analyzing emotions and what your connotation is in relation to that. It's interesting too because I'm seeing these two energies kind of meeting with themselves, and as much as this can be someone outside of yourself, I see this very much also as an internal process. So it's like I see someone's emotions and emotional state meeting a state that is gratified by immediacy, and like that whole notion of sexuality, and there's a sense of these things combining now and trying to figure that out for yourself. It's like wanting to have that attraction to things and also wanting to be level when it comes to your emotions, and like what do they do when they meet each other there? Like, are they going to get along? Is this something that I'm battling with? Do I feel overwhelmed by this sense of urgency even? Because you may even be recognizing that when it comes down to impulsivity, you may have been prioritizing that over your emotional state in general. And this is also something that seems to be being analyzed currently. But now I'm seeing a transition that we're moving through, something that's being considered. There's a sense too of being like, how are things going to change when I take my emotions more into consideration than I had been before? What does that mean for me? What does that mean for where I'm going as well? Because there's a sense of like knowing that something is changing and still being like, ooh, I don't know about this, but kind of going ahead with it anyway if you're being led by how you're feeling intuitively. I think that when we get down to it, Virgo, there's the realization here that if you are going to go through with the transition that you've been considering when it comes to like a way that you've been living, maybe how you've been making decisions, what you've been involved with, if you are going down the route of what allows you to feel empowered, that's where you're going to find the stability you've been looking for, and something that wasn't able to be had in relation to how you were making decisions before when it comes to interpersonal relationships, a sense of immediate gratification. So this feels like playing the long game now, rather than looking for things that feel instantly gratifying or alleviating. And you know that this is going to take work, but it's worth building towards for you now. Because it seems too like whether these were your actions or the actions of someone you were involved with, that like quick fast lifestyle seems to be overwhelming, or like trying to be with someone that refuses to commit to you. So yeah, there's a sense of being like, even though it may be hard because I have like an impulse or an attraction towards this certain thing, I know that it's going to be better for me because it's going to give me the type of stability that I've been trying to find, that before, when my heart chakra was blocked, I wasn't able to get in touch with this. And this feels like a core exploration of emotions in the psychology space. And it feels kind of like it came time where you were just fed up and you needed to look deeper into this. And it looks like that's exactly what's going on here. So yeah, it feels like a big realization that's being made. And it seems too like, if this is in relation to interpersonal relationships, you're going to find what it is that you're looking for. You're going to find that stability within a relationship. It's just a matter of doing things differently than you had been doing it before. Prioritizing different things too when it comes to a partner and things like that. It's like you want more than just chemistry, you want more than just a physical connection. You're looking for something that has a whole range of depth, and it feels like that's not what was happening before. So that's why this change is being made. It's like, so you can be connected with something that feels of value to you and that feels wholesome to you in the way that you're looking for it to be. I'm looking at Virgo, I'm looking at Venus, and Scorpio. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.